Good morning, and here we are at day 18. Day 18, and there's still sunlight, the birds are still singing, the plants are still growing. It's really important. So today we are, check my website for details of how you can make this even safer for you, even better for you, and you can also find the other resources as well. Thank you. The other thing is I'm doing online classes. If you're wanting to come to an online class, you'll also find that on my website. So do have a little check, see if any of the times suit you. And it'd be nice to meet some new faces, see who's actually doing the Corona Yoga Challenge. And do leave me a message at the bottom or a comment. It'd be lovely to actually connect in a slightly different way than just do a video and these imaginary people are out there. So we're going to start by coming into all fours. So a nice comfortable position between the hands and the knees. We're going to start just as normal, lifting the back of the waist and releasing to neutral. Doing it a couple of times with your breathing. So we're just waking the back up. And we're going to start by thinking just about the lower back area. So the kind of across the back of the pelvis, lower than the back. Next time you're going to imagine that you're focusing in on the back of the waist area. This time focus on making space between the rib cage and the back of the lungs area. And now back of the neck. Last time, see if you can do the whole spine all together. And then if you bring yourself back and to neutral. So from here, you're going to bring yourself onto your tummy. Let's see if I did like this, you should get enough to see. So toes are going to be flat on the floor. Hands are going to be wide. You can rest your head onto your hands so that your back of your neck is nice and even. So from here, you're going to imagine, I'm going to keep my head up so you can hear me, but your head can be looking up, but probably better for your neck that your head is rested down. So from here, you're going to imagine that one leg is going to get really, really long and it's going to start to maybe just float off the floor a touch just because it's lengthening away. And then you're going to see if it wants to lift a little bit higher. The front of the pelvis stays nice and steady on the floor. Bringing your leg back down and to the other side. So first of all, just feel like you're lengthening the leg so it won't move much, and then see if you can lift the leg a little, feeling that sense of support from the back of your pelvis. And then bringing your leg to rest. We're going to come to the first side again. So you're going to just lengthen the leg away so the muscles almost start to get a little bit stronger just with the lengthening away process. Then you're going to see how high does this leg want to lift or not. And it's keeping parallel to the other leg so it's not coming out towards the side. Leg settles down onto the ground and then to the opposite side. Same thing, just a nice, steady, comfortable lift. You're going to let your foot settle back down and onto the ground, and then we're going to do both legs together. So first of all, just a little lengthening, then see if the legs want to float up and off the floor. We need a real feeling of support from the hips and the back of the pelvis and the kind of buttock area. And then let your legs come down, rest your head, take a breath into the back of your body. We're going to come up and into all fours now and into standing forward bend, so you can walk your hands low down towards your armpits or waist, press into the hands, slide your hips back, lengthen your hips all the way back towards your heels and your feet. And then if you walk your feet in towards your hands, soften with your knees and then support yourself by elbows resting onto your thighs. Back of the neck is going to release down. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to lift up through the pelvic floor, up through the tummy, up through the hands and down to your heart. And then we're going to come towards triangle pose. So if you want to take a step forward with one foot, so just a comfortable step forwards. Pelvis is facing the short edge of your mat. You're lifting your shoulders up and forwards. Front hand rests onto your front leg. It can be much higher if you'd like. Free hand comes out towards the side. We get a nice feeling of opening out and round through the shoulder so that upper hand can lift. Bringing your hand back to horizontal. Press down through your feet to bring yourself up. And swap over to the opposite side. So feet are both facing straight forwards. There's no toes coming out and in on this one today. Hands rest onto your thighs. Shoulders come up and into the room. Free hand comes out towards horizontal. The back of the pelvis is very, very even. And then from here we start to move the pelvis. That moves the rib cage, it moves the shoulder, and the hand follows. Breathe easily. Bring your hand back towards horizontal. Take a step into your front foot. Both feet find the floor. And let your weight settle back into your heels so we get a feeling of a little lengthening up through the front of the tummy and shoulders release down. We're going to do one more on each side. So you can take a slightly bigger step back if you like. Make sure your feet are really grounded on your mat. Hands are on your thighs. Lift yourself up and forward. Free hand comes towards that horizontal. Then we rotate round with the hips, round with the rib cage, round with the shoulder. And you can lighten and lengthen yourself out into it. Bringing your hand back onto your body. Rotate round to face the short edge of your mat. Press into the feet to bring yourself up. And then we're going to swap ourselves over. Steady through the feet. Lift yourself up and forwards. Get a nice feeling of length through the back of the body. So it might be that you're much happier up here. From here, free hand comes out towards the side. Then we press into the feet to rotate round with the hips, round with the waist and rib cage, round with the shoulders, lifting with the hand. Light with the hand so that we're asking our body to be strong all the way through. Bringing yourself back to horizontal, taking a step into the front foot and back to weight slightly coming into the heels. We're going to do a standing twist today. So from here you're going to bend your knees, and in fact let's walk our feet so that their feet are actually touching, knees are actually touching. You're going to bring your hands in towards your heart, and you might want to bend your knees a lot or it might be less. Just come to somewhere comfy for you. Keep your thumbs rested on your breastbone, right in the centre. Keep your knees pointing straight along your mat. Now begin to ease your shoulders round. Can you keep your knees still where they were? Because sometimes this happens, the knees come too. So glue your knees down and then start to work with that same feeling of rotating round with the rib cage and the shoulders. Bring yourself back to the centre. Steady through the feet over to the opposite side. Coming back to the centre, let your hands rest onto your thighs. Lift up with your legs, nice long back. Get that feeling of a little bit of lengthening out through the legs. Bend your knees, stretch your hands all the way up and out. And down to your heart. We're going to do one more on each side. So knees bend, hands contact the breastbone. Knees glue steady, then we rotate round. My knees didn't glue. It's really worth doing this where you can see what you're doing. Bring yourself back to the centre. Steady through the knees, round to the opposite side. Remember, we're looking for the feelings, yes, strengthening the legs, but we're looking for feelings of wrapping round in the rib cage, round in the back of the waist. Back to the centre, press into your feet, stretch up and out. We're going to come and do a little bit of breathing now. So if you bring yourself to a comfortable position, I'm going to make myself a little bit higher because we're going to do a little bit of belly breathing, which is probably what you do every day anyway, but that's fine too. So first of all, just let your hands settle onto your belly. It can be both hands, it can just be one. Make sure that your knees are comfortable, your hips are comfortable. Use blocks, use support as you need. And then from here, all you're going to imagine is that as you breathe in, you can feel your hands just gently expanding out. And as you breathe out, you can soften or feel the hands just naturally drawing back. You're going to slide your hands slightly wide. And this time, as you breathe in and out, see if you can find the feeling of it's almost as if the belly widens and the waist slightly widens as you breathe in. Let your hands settle back onto your body somewhere. Notice how your breathing is. So just allow yourself to come back to that nice settled breathing for you. So my challenge for you today is a silly challenge. My challenge is for you to find a song that you would like to sing and to sing it. Whether that is humming it as you're around the garden, whether it's in the shower, whether you sing to someone, which would be even better, or find something on YouTube to do karaoke to. It's all your choice. And my quote for you today is one from Buddha. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. All we are is the result of what we have thought. Thank you. And when you come up to standing, if you just bring yourself so you get that feeling of a little breath out and release down. So from standing, you're going to take a step forward. So you're going to take a step forward with one foot. Could be a little tiny step, could be a bigger step than this, just depending on what you would like. You're going to bring your hands in towards your heart. You're going to sink your hands down, gently lift up, almost as if you're lifting your diaphragm up towards your hands. And then nice and steady with the feet, lifting yourself up and forwards, and imagining you're lifting the hip on the same side as the front leg. You're slightly lifting that hip up. It can tend to drop. And then press down through both feet to bring yourself up to standing. Now we're going to swap over, so opposite foot is in front. So same thing, nice and steady with the feet and the legs. That little feeling like you slightly sink through the hands and lift through the diaphragm, which gives us that little lift to the pelvic floor, that drawing up through the tummy. Shoulder blades are moving down the back of the body. Steady with the legs, lift yourself up and forwards. So don't think about coming down, we're thinking about this lifting up in here and the lengthening forward through the spine. Pressing down with your feet to bring yourself up and back to standing, and let your hands come down for a moment. We're going to do that one more time on each side, so a little comfortable step forwards. Pelvis is facing the short edge of your mat. We're going to try and keep the pelvis bones even so that this sort of thing doesn't happen, so we don't do useful, great stuff, but not particularly for this pose. Hands come to your heart, sink the hands down, gently lift through the diaphragm. Lift yourself up and forwards and keep the back of the neck nice and long. So usually, if you're not having to look to check, it'll mean that your gaze is beyond your feet, but not at the skirting board or high up. That usually keeps the back of the neck nice and long. Press down into the feet to bring yourself back up. And then we're going to swap over to opposite foot back. So steady the feet. nice and strong through the legs. Sink slightly through the hands. Lift gently up through the front line. Lift up and forwards. Steady with the feet on the floor, so feel the connection between the ball of the foot and the floor at the front, at the back heel, the front heel. So we've got 4 kind of really connected points to the floor. We're trying to keep them nice and even. Press down through your feet to bring yourself up and to standing and to settled. So just take an easy breath, let your body relax. We're going to come down to the floor now. So if you want to bring yourself to sitting onto your bottom, do take a block or 2 if you would like. And you're going to let your knees come out towards the sides. So it might be that your feet are far away from you. It might be that the toes remain wide. It might be that the toes come in towards you. The most important thing is that we can get the sit bones at the front here to slightly come forwards so that the spine can lengthen up comfortably. When we move a little bit, when we don't have that length up from the pelvis, then the spine can get a little bit heavy and a little bit tired. And we want to get that feeling of lifting up and life. So up through the tummy, wide across the ribcage, wide across the shoulders. You're going to take hand to your opposite leg. Other hand's going to come onto the floor. So gentle with the hands. So think of the hands like just like soft things, because they're so good at gripping. Coming round with the rib cage, round with the shoulders, gently soften down. Breathe wide and even though your breathing will feel different whilst you're here. Bring yourself back to the centre and to the opposite side. So spiralling round, right through the centre of the body. Bringing yourself back to your first side again. Sliding your short tummy round, rib cage round, shoulders, and then maybe your neck will just lengthen up and have a little bit of movement as well. Coming all the way back to the centre, so you can come to your second side. Same thing, lifting up through the tummy, round across the tummy, round across the rib cage, round through the shoulders, and then softly, gently through your neck if you would like. And then bring yourself back to nice and even. Fold yourself forwards over both legs. So get that feeling of lengthening into the back of the body, head can release down. And it's just a nice stretching out feeling. Doesn't matter where you come to, it matters that your back muscles are going, oh, lovely, thank you. And then walking your hands up and in towards you. We're going to do some breathing just now, so if you just want to get yourself to a comfortable position for you. So, nice comfortable breathing. We're going to do a little ladder breath and then ujjayi out. So we're going to put those 2 together. So hopefully that will give you something to work on just now that you can enjoy. So I'm just going to do it at my speed, so go faster or slower as you need to. I'm going to do it quieter again. So I'm doing it slightly noisy for you. Quieter again so it feels even better. So you get a softer and softer flow. And last time. Enjoy that feeling of quiet. So my challenge to you today is to do some more yoga. So whether that's to do one of the videos that you've already done, do it again, see how it feels a second time, see how it changes. Because in yoga we can do the same practice every other day for 5 years, and if you in yourself have still got that feeling of aliveness and curiosity and awakeness, then every single day can be slightly different. The challenge isn't really repeating yoga poses, it's where we are with that. So I hope you can enjoy that as your re-challenge today. And my quote for you is from Iyengar. Yoga does not just change the way we see things, it transforms the person who sees. Yoga does not just change the way we see things, it transforms the person who sees. I wish you a really good day. I hope you do something wonderful with your time that really feeds you and feeds those that you love. Thank you. Bye.